Hi, welcome to this week's This Woman Can. I am your host, Janice Sutherland. Now, I've got a confession. I must admit I got a little excited when I saw the landing page photo for the 2021 McKinsey and Lean In Women in the Workplace report. There she was, a confident 50-plus black woman looking totally in control and owning the place. But that excitement was really quickly replaced by disappointment as I read the highlights of the report. Now, what it exposed is that women are even more burned out now than they were a year ago, go figure. And that gap in burnout between men and women has almost doubled. In the past year, 1 in 3 women has considered leaving the workforce or downshifting their career. Now that was an increase, a significant increase from the 1 in 4 cited in the earlier months of the pandemic. Not only that, women of colour black women continue to face significant bias and discrimination at work. The more things change, the more things stay the same. They're experiencing microaggressions at similar relative frequencies as they were 2 years ago. But not only that, they introduced the concept of onlys and the challenges that onlys face. Now, the definition they gave for only, the only person of their race or gender in the room at work. And they had double onlys, the only woman in the room and the only person of their race in the room, who have a much worse experience, facing even more biases, discrimination and pressure to perform. And they're even more likely to be experiencing burnout on top of all that. Not just that, their successes and failures are often put under microscope, and they are far more likely to encounter comments and behaviour that just reduce them to negative stereotypes. I'm tired of all this. But then I got a little more flustered, and I have to admit, I got a little more flustered when I observed an oversight, something that I believe they'd overlooked. They'd overlooked a third group, a forgotten group of women who I class as the triple onlys. Women who are not just the only race and gender in the room, but they're the oldest generation, 50 plus in the room. Now, these women face a triple whammy, the additional whammy of ageism. And they face this discrimination far earlier than men because of society's emphasis and value placed on youth and beauty. This in turn results in less sponsorship, unequal compensation, fewer avenues to advancement. And as women over 50 show the visible signs of aging, which, come on, it's a natural occurrence, their competence and relevance are questioned. And that never happens to a man. They're seen as more distinguished. But organisations are really missing out on a valuable resource because these women have accumulated years and years of wisdom and experience and have so many learned lessons that can be of value not just to their colleagues, but to the organisation itself. Now, I shared my views on the triple onlys on social media, and that solicited some great points about how women need to self-advocate. Remember, there's no meritocracy. You have to speak up loud and proud for yourself. Some commenters had never even considered that being a triple only could be challenging. And some even acknowledged that recognition for this group, and there's a real great point here, was even more important now as the trajectory to the proverbial top for women, and especially black women, can be so much longer than men. So in fact, it's usually the 50-plus woman who actually enters the boardroom or becomes a senior executive. And I can concur, because that's when I stepped into my corporate CEO role. And I see many other women position themselves to do the same. So if you haven't read the report, I recommend you do, because there is such a lot to take in and there's still a lot to do. And more importantly, if you recognise yourself as a triple only, a black woman over the age of 50, holding her own in the professional world, I would love to hear about your experiences, because by sharing these experiences, we can make the norm for others coming up behind us. So you can contact me on the usual channels. You can email me at info@janicesutherland.com. You can visit my website at janicesutherland.com, or you can connect me on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram at I am Janice Sutherland, because I really want to hear and share your views. So remember, if I can, you can, this woman can. That's it for this week. Take care.